Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 3 of City of Strays. Um, I will hand you over to our lovely GM Bard for this slightly reduced session because some of us are busy bees and have early mornings tomorrow.
People going to work? People having a life? I'm disappointed, fellow. Welcome each and everyone to another wonderful round of City of Strays. I'm the bard with many names. I use any and all pronouns, and I will be your voice of the city. And with me are my wonderful players, who I can't wait to draw wonderful cards for to see what wonderful things will happen, because nothing bad can ever happen when I'm DMing. Right, Magpie?
Listen, I grew these legs myself, and I'd like to keep them.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Magpie?
Hi, I'm Magpie. I get bullied by Laura on like a daily basis in this game. Wait, why am I pointing up? Oh, there we go. I'm kidding. They're great. Yeah, you can find me online at Antique Horror. I do comic stuff. I do tabletop stuff. I turn up in silly costumes and hope for the best. I'm terrified to see what happens. Are we ping ponging? Are we ping ponging?
Let's go down the reverse, not Maiden Mother Crown, but Crown Mother Maiden. Adi, would you be so kind?
Hello, people of the internet. I'm Adi MK. I go by Fab, he, him, and I am here on House of Dreams playing Madeline, or Mads, but never mad. The wild spirit, the wild soul. And you can find me at a bunch of places on the internet, but we can get to that later. Let's get to the game. And I don't know how much I can ethically make Magpie stay under that mask. Seems so hot. Like
Oh yeah, that's hot indeed. What?
that is of course there, but that also seems just so uncomfortable. My God. But anyway, okay. Hi.
Callum, would you do us the honor?
Hello, my name is Callum. My pronouns are they, them, and new, and I am playing a yet untested name for a statue of a liver bird. Um, Last time we got some fun additions to the failed names. Pain in your ass wasn't a good name. Little Dove wasn't a good name. Crow wasn't a good name. Little Crow wasn't a good name. Sourdough wasn't a good name. And those are the new ones. I don't want to read you the whole list because I feel like that would be pretentious. So I'll just do one. I'll do the updates every week.
Right. Also, dear wonderful to a wonderful audience out there, we are so happy and glad that you're here. If you come up with any fun names for our wonderful little birdie here, please feel free to put them in chat. I will absolutely fucking use them.
And I will most likely reject most of them.
That's not my problem. Talking about things that are not quite my problem, but yours. Anybody wants to tell us what happened last time?
So Madeline came home in a bit of a state and left the kitchen in a mess. So Dahlia wasn't very happy with them and they had a little bit of a fight. Meanwhile, a very suspicious cat, the Clobotto cat, was having a go at me for not letting the milk be stealable, but also didn't want me to just give them milk because that would be bad. Anyway, they said some riddles and things. I understood some of it. And then we went downstairs and had a fight, an argument that was resolved by not resolving the issue and everyone just refusing to kind of move forward on that. But I did acknowledge what the problem was. So I got some wisdom. Then, for some reason, Alia went walkabout, and we went to go find them and went the wrong way, where we
Which
encountered
is your fault.
a doll, 2 dolls who were having a crisis of identity over which was the true or the clone. And I was like, well, maybe it doesn't really matter, actually. Hot take. Meanwhile, Dahlia went into a church and met a small child who might have been some eldritch horror yet undescribed. And then we headed back to the house, and me and Madeline came across a council worker who was detecting that we had too many emotions. And then Dahlia showed
Anger.
up with the small eldritch child, and I went, "Hey, eldritch child, do you need some food? I've got food. Here's some food." And then, uh, unfortunately, because the world's not fun, I didn't get to use my travel magic to summon buses, and instead, Madeline did some bullshit magic to summon a crowd of angry people to storm the Capitol building. I mean, the council building. No relation to real world events. While I did some filibustering. Also, no relation to real world events. And that's what you missed on Gossip Girl.
I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, you wanted to use magic without paying the price. And when I asked you, are you willing to pay the price? You refused, so don't put it on me.
I just hadn't decided what the price was yet because I needed to read my character sheet. And Addie was like, well, I'll do it instead. I'm like, okay, fine, that's fine with me. I also, it's a good bit, but I felt like the opening of the first episode, the end of the first episode with me buses might be antithetical to the whole surrealist horror vibe, unless you're terrified of buses, and in which case, fucking
That would be
I mean,
terrifying.
I'm not
terrifying.
terrified of buses, but every empty surface filled with buses in every size, especially in the dark, feels like horror.
Well,
Because who's driving them? Nobody.
the spirit of cooperation. Yeah. Well, I didn't know that we couldn't just do magic. I thought, having magic would mean we could do magic.
Yeah, you can do magic. It only comes at a price.
Well, I don't believe in capitalism.
Sad. But alright. So, last time we ended with an angry crowd in front of the Parliament building and Madeline shining like a burning, dying sun. What is it that you had hoped to achieve with this?
I know sometimes, as I said earlier, people fester when they're not heard. And anger is something that always festers. Don't even know why they want it when they don't have it. If I could let go of it, a lot of things would be easier. I wanted them to be heard. For that damn parliament and their goddamn government to do something for the people once.
Oh, but isn't that beautiful? Because you're standing in front of them and you see rows and rows of people, all that anger, and up high on the walls of the parliament, you see them, the owls, looking down, some of them crooking their head. They look more amused, intrigued than frightened, if you ask me.
I just give a very performative, girly bow, which is completely antithetical for whatever vibe she has, but she does that and smiles mockingly, and turns around and puts her hands in the pocket, and then rethinks it and takes the hand out of the pocket and gives the owls the bird, and walks back off.
So you walk out of the little mess you just created.
I provided an avenue where
How
people
far do you walk?
follow the path. How far do I walk?
Yeah.
I walk to the closest alleyway, and the nylon half coat gets flipped over, changes colors, and she puts the hood over and melds into the crowd, waiting to see.
Oh, the crowd is rioting. You know, in a city empty like this, where everybody just clings up to the pieces they have, and there's nothing, not enough of anything. Providing a flame can start a fire that warms the hearts of everybody, or it could be a flame that starts to burn down what we have left.
We
You
explicitly did
see,
start this fire.
you see them, you see the owls looking down at the angry, angry people. Some of them are starting to pry stones out of the pavement and throwing them at the parliament. Magpie, would you be a dear and remind me what it was the owls wanted from you? What they said you had too much of?
Anger.
Right. Anger it was, wasn't it?
You've given them plenty.
Oh, you've given them plenty. And that's why, Madeline, as you bow, one of the owls, you seem to recognize it was the one that was at your doorstep, bows back, cooks their head, and you're not sure how they're able to smile with a beak, but this owl is definitely smiling.
It's this one that I give the bird to in particular.
Of course. You know, the thing with owls is that they're quiet hunters. They're silent, they use the night for themselves, but they do know what they want, and if they see something that they want, they are willing to fly quite a bit for it. And you see the owls take flight, and there are more owls than you would have thought, or maybe they're just more owl than you would have thought per owl. And in this world that's never really light or dark, there is a shimmer of darkness going across the sky as inhumanely large owl wings darken what was left of the sky between the broken skyscrapers. And they start to circle the crowd, almost like vultures, but without the tiniest bit of sound. And when you look up, you just see darkness, the movement of wings, and their glowing eyes, watching you, watching each and every body here. Is there anything any of you want to do, or are you just still watching?
You
Oh, wait,
say we
before
have too much anger. We say you have too much power. And hopefully that kind of catches on as a phrase.
It does. And soon the whole crowd is chanting, too much anger, too much power. Too much anger, too much power.
how violent is this riot looking?
since Madeline is quite good at stroking the flame, the first stones are just thrown at buildings, but you don't think it will take long until they are thrown at people.
Cool. That seems bad. I don't like that. That's not fun. Is this an official obstacle of the game?
That's a consequence. Playing
Right.
out.
Can I interact with the consequence?
Feel free to interact with the consequence.
In what ways am I allowed to interact with the consequence?
Tell me what you're planning and I'll tell you if it's all possible.
I would like to disperse this crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use my magic to do so. I just need to figure out what cost I'm playing. Sorry, my notes are awful. Unreadable. So I just need to
maybe talk mechanics. On a mechanical standpoint, Artie offered true magic to solve a conflict, so nothing bad per se will not change your stats. But Artie solved it in a way that might change me, as in the city.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think you've done this in the worst possible way. And I would not like I think I was going with the idea that yeah, we're going to move as a common movement to challenge authority, but not in a violent way. We're going to use the mechanics of people's voices, not people's anger. My plan was annoyance rather than outrage.
Do you want to know what will happen if you stop it and what happens if you don't stop it?
Yeah,
Do you want to know?
I mean, I don't think that's. I would rather just respond as I would like without having to, without knowing. You know what I mean?
Feel free.
I can give up one of my. What can I give to do magic again?
So you have several attributes. If in 2 categories you can use one of the words and then it's blackened and something else happens. You chose one category that's very dear to you. That one you can strike out and try to regenerate later.
Yeah.
Or you could give up part of your story. Or you could ask me as the city to give something up.
I think right now I think my character is actually just overwhelmed and is trying to escape and can't figure out a solution. And has become quite horrified by the response. And while they wish that they could find a solution, they'll just try and calm the crowd near them. But when that doesn't work, and scared by the owls above, decides to GTFO.
So you just flee?
Yeah.
That's fine. Magpie, is there anything Dahlia would like to do? Or do we just let all of this run its course?
I think Dahlia is somewhere between the two of them. She is glad that the anger is out and that they are aware of it. but she doesn't want to reach a point wherein they become the antagonists, if that makes sense. So we will rip the ever-loving hells out of the sort of, I guess, building, or not the building, but sort of like the state of being. You said that the skies had gone dark.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Dahlia is going to try and find some sort of statue, some sort of something with a plinth. I'm picturing it is a old protector of some unknown world. It is a woman in fine armor bearing a shield and a spear, and she stood quite nobly sort of in the town square. Dahlia is going to jump her way up onto the plinth, grab onto the spear in one hand, and is going to try and light up the orb between her antlers to sort of draw even more of a light there to create almost like a bit of a homing beacon. And she's going to see if she can catch attention of people.
Oh yeah, people turn to you and they start to cheer. They think that you want to join into the fun
She will
as their beacon.
wait a while, and then she will speak. And even though her voice comes across quite softly, it is very loud. And she will say along the lines of, "We've done what we need to. Now we must go. You're going to get hurt."
They look a bit confused. Why should they leave right now? Everything is going good. The birds are fleeing. They're ducking the sky. The parliament is ours to take. Give them a reason.
They are not fleeing. They're going for backup. They will return, and the second they find you all in the same building, they will strike.
I think Madeline would emerge, like, head is still in the jersey, in the hoodie with arms kind of like, uh, bunched into the jacket pockets, and she kind of sidle up to stand behind Dahlia and add in, Dahlia speaks the truth. Those flying rats know where to look. And they have gone looking for the backup that they know that they're going to need. But brethren, do not be easy targets. We have started the flames. Don't let them be put out so easily. Return home. We know there is issues. Let us prepare.
Slowly, hesitatingly, the crowd backs up. They know you. They know that you're this, at least Dahlia they see and know as the person who kindly gives out food every second Friday, and together with a bird and a short-tempered young woman. Some of them might even recognize you, Madeline, and see, all right, if the one who started all this is hesitating, maybe we should calm down. They do calm down. The fire is still in them, and you see that there is something hard, something harsh, something gleaming in their eyes, almost like dogs called back, even though they tasted blood already. As they are good little dogs, they back down.
She, as they start dispersing, she's kind of going to take a step forward. So she's standing beside Dahlia. There'd be fidgeting, like, and she's kind of nervous, like, kind of. There's a quickly she sidles up to catch your eyes, and then she looks away, and then kind of juts her chin out, kind of gritting it, and just kind of goes in on herself slowly. almost expecting a reprimand.
Dahlia will hold her hand out. They've got the fire in their bellies at least. It'll keep them warm.
You were gone, Dee. Don't do that again. You were gone. Usually you leave a note, something.
I was.
Don't do that again.
I won't. I'm sorry.
She will take the hand, hold it. But she's too much of a mess to say anything else. She just holds your hand.
She'll kind of give it a little squeeze, and then we'll sort of tilt her head sideways. Perhaps we ought to get home.
Rather.
Quickly. And she'll hop down and we'll sort of keep her hand up to sort of help Matt down.
I am younger than you, you old hag.
Darling, one of us is a god.
Fine, flex if you have to. God.
Oh, I will. Love you. And she'll walk.
I'm still holding your hand, you know.
Yes, I'm expecting you to follow.
Follows.
Isn't this nice? Callum, if I remember correctly, your character fled the situation.
Yep.
Would either of us have seen that happen?
I don't
What do
know.
you think, Callum?
I think in the chaos, no. I think like I was also in the building doing some like nonsense talking to the parliament. So I kind of look out the window, see the chaos, and I fly out of a window, an open window, and I think that in the chaos of the owls also filling the sky, you don't see me go.
The skies are, as you said, quite occupied right now. So even though they don't see you, somebody else does. A very small, very young owl, still looking very disheveled, with almost still chick feathers, barely staying in the air, flapping along. They seem quite cheery. And it is very, it's not often that you see people cheery here. And they notice you because they bump into you. They can't really fly yet. Oh, sorry. Oh, you don't know. What are you?
That's a great question. It changes depending on the day. Today, I think I'm made of steel.
Oh, that's so practical. It means you don't really get hurt, right? Steel is very tough.
Yeah, real steel, real tough, real. I think I'm resistant to rust.
Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. Did you know that back then, in the world, there were like people, and one had very good swords, and others had not so good swords. But them with the very good, they were out of steel, and then the others didn't know how to make steel. But then they put like the bones of their enemies into the smithing process, and then they had kind of steel, and they thought it was like their gods or something, but actually it was just the carbon in the bones that they put into the steel.
No, as they slowly shift from steel to something else.
Oh, that's so cool. Hey, I gotta go back, but
But where are you going?
we're like ominously patrolling the sky, and if people don't go soon, we will, I don't really get it
Ominously
yet.
stare at them.
I believe something like feel their anger or something. Anger's really tasty.
That's like metaphorical,
No,
right? That's do you not think that's a bit mean?
right?
Because it sounds painful for the other people.
No,
No, it's not painful, or no, it's not
not
mean.
painful at all. That's the first thing we need to learn to make it not painful.
And you learnt that, have you?
Mm-hmm.
You have learnt it's not painful. What's
Mm-hmm.
the effect of this to someone?
You're not angry anymore. You're a bit tired, and then you go to sleep, and then you're better.
Oh, okay. So how many of them are you?
Of the owl,
Yeah.
I believe this parliament is about 70 or something.
Uh-huh. So like what do you do with the anger? You just eat it.
We eat it, yeah. And we make the world better, because if people don't have bad emotions, they're happy. And everybody can be friends. Do you want to be my friends?
I would love to be your friend. I'm just curious. Maybe when you take people's feelings away, like they don't get to like process it.
But then they can process this like on an intellectual level.
But that like some of these people might not have the intellectual resources.
Then they can come to counseling. When I grow up, I want to be a counselor owl. Then people can come to me, and I can help them be all better. Oh, I got it. We see each other later. I'm Barney.
Bye, Barney. Have a good feast.
Thank you. Have a good feast. Also, you especially gotta eat, I think. Do you need to eat? You're made out of steel. Not anymore. But
yeah, no, I have not eaten much before. I do have a garden though, so lots of people eat the food I make.
Oh! Can I come to the garden? I love gardens.
Yeah, we do a free food give out for everyone on Fridays.
But no, I really have to go because they're looking already. Bye. What's your name?
That's currently a work in process.
Okay, bye, work in progress.
No, I don't like that one.
Which means, Callum.
Yep.
I want you to add a new folly to your page. Plead with the owls. Plead with the owls.
Plead with the owls.
You have taken one step towards the underworld.
Oh.
They seemed nice.
Barney is really nice. Barney loves you.
Mm.
Maybe I agree with the owls. Maybe the owls are right.
Maybe.
Oh, Braga.
And here I am saying I'm gonna run a surreal horror campaign, and then I'm taking out this wife.
I am inquisitive. I have wonder in the city. I'm honest. And you know what? Barney seems on the level.
Mm.
You all come back together at home. I'd say you effectively distracted the owls from trying to get some anger from you, or as some extra tax. And I also feel like you were able to shift the suspicion away from you. So the populace is really focused on the owls now. Congratulations, you solved the challenge. Aren't you happy?
Look at us.
Maybe next time, we don't start a riot.
Hey, it was not what I intended to do, honestly.
Not
It
what
was
you need
supposed to
do.
be
Not what you need to do.
it was supposed to be a
You're a
quiet,
firecracker in the sky.
Hey, I felt that there were big shoes that I had to fill, knowing that, like, I know Magpie's on this game. I have to step up,
Right.
yo. I have to reach
Well,
that.
well,
I have to reach
Well, maybe
Magpie
next time
level
you
of
get
chaos.
angry. Next time you get angry, you could just let them eat your anger.
Maybe I will, bud.
Because, like, I met this guy, this owl. He seemed pretty chill, and they claim that it doesn't hurt.
And you believed it.
He seemed on the level. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh gods.
And
Were you
listen,
even there? Where did
I
you
was
go?
there. I was talking to the owl council. I was trying to demonstrate they could also get angry by annoying them.
And how did that work out?
Well, they seem to get frustrated, and I was like, "Is that not a form of anger?" And they're like, "No, it's technically a different word." And I'm like, "That seems really pretentious."
I suppose they have got you on a technicality.
There was one
there.
owl who was just sat there with a thesaurus, and his job is to come up with words that mean different to the thing that you're talking about.
How deplorable.
I mean, it seems like a fun job. You learn lots of new words.
I know mine already.
So I think that was a really long day. We need to make sure that the milk is in a stealable position.
And in this moment, you hear a scream.
We can just assume that was the plumbing. If we hear it again, then it might be something.
Dahlia's gonna go look. You just hear a long string of what you can only assume are curses. Not sure what century they're from. She's gonna skedaddle and see what it was.
Well, you go out the door, you look towards the Parliament building, and the cloud of owls has disappeared. In fact, they are on the ground in a circle, looking at something in the middle.
I
Oh
get the
no.
feeling we may have trouble.
It could be Barnaby. I have to go save him.
He just flies off with the most. Okay. What is it you try? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck that.
Okay. Come on.
Pure heart. One of the leader of the city just died under mysterious circumstances. Tell me who it was.
It was a older owl named Archibald, who was very prim and proper and wore 2 monocles on either eye. Was a voice of reason within the owls, was a tutor and a teacher to the young hatchlings, and had a passion for attempting to record stories as an attempt to unlose the stories. However, efforts were mostly in vain because every time they wrote something down, the pages got up and left.
As they do. Wild Spirit, tell us who is the likeliest culprit.
Notes. Wait. What? Who are some of the people we know? Who is?
We have the pigeon as your friends. You have the Pigeon Queen, Granny Jambaya. I believe no, as the lifestyle blogger, the Pigeon Queen, Greg the Gargoyle, and Cecilia the Warlock Barista. Those are your friends.
And who is it that got killed of the city leadership?
Archibald the Owl Tutor.
The tutor. I don't want to believe it. I really don't want to. But somehow I know immediately that it is Granny Jambaya. I know.
I believe you had Granny Jambaya as a national joy for the city, but it can also be her. No problem.
Holy shit! Is
You didn't have to do that, Addy. You could have just made something up. You could have come up with a new character. You didn't have to do that. Why have you done that?
I haven't done that. I haven't done that. I was like, maybe Callum, let me. Whoosh. That was only a possible option. I did not confirm anything yet.
You've already answered the DM.
Fuck.
Answer the DM.
Okay.
The card you draw is the Ace of Swords, and I believe now we are in the wonderful position that Callum, technically, is able to solve it with wisdom.
Yes, right. So I need to clarify this. When I use any wisdom, I use up the whole card, right? So I use all 7 up. This is an ace. It's the lowest value card. But we need to have power equal to triple or double its power.
Triple. So you would need 3 wisdom to solve this challenge.
Wisdom.
And I want to tell you, the last thing the people saw of the coven were Madeline starting to burn like a sun and Dahlia standing on top of a statue, talking to people, whispering to them, and soon after that the crowd dispersing just like that.
It seems like these lot are going to be suspected if I don't solve this mystery. So
we can also just leave it be.
I could just leave it be. I could. However, I am inquisitive as well. So I pull out a deer stalker and put it on my bird head. And I will spend 7 wisdom to my 7 wisdom card to solve this murder using the power of my observational tools and perchance for fancy believing myself to be currently this city's only and best detective.
Which would make sense if the other 2 would fall prey to a folly for that. Just so to remember your little wisdom cards that you can actually get if you solve a challenge accordingly. So, since your pure heart is gonna use its wisdom, Magpie, which of the follies will Dahlia fall to?
I think so. That's the ones at the core, isn't it? Follies.
Under your
How
sources.
would and
So
as
under your
a
power sources, a
important
list of follies, and those follies
and
are
as a
things that you trip over.
as important to the question, what do you do with that folly to make the situation worse?
Hold on.
I would also allow you, because last episode we were a bit rushed and we forgot to do it. I would also allow, since Adi burned true magic to solve the situation, to draw for Callum and for Magpie to both draw a wisdom card.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hold on. I'm just
Let's go.
finding my
So Callum, you drew the Two of Wands, which is
Okay.
2 wisdom. And Magpie, you drew the Page of Wands, which is, I believe, either 11 or 12. Let me look it up.
Oh, damn.
So, like, this Two of Wands is basically useless. Can I use it in like
You can discard
with another
several cards
card?
at once.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Oh, so this
Perfect.
can go into your discard pile, essentially. Okay. Okay.
So I can discard
Yeah,
multiple
pages
cards
are
and
worth
solve a
11.
problem. Lovely.
So Magpie, you now have 11 wisdom points, and Callum, you now have 2 wisdom points.
Yeah.
Please note them down.
Yep. Got 2 wands.
Cool.
I don't get anything, no?
No, because
You
you
will
solved
get
it
for
using
this
magic,
one.
but you'll
Yeah.
get some for me solving this case. And like, what happens is I go into like the mystery alongside Barnaby, who's like my entryway into the world of the owls, and like they notice things and learn lessons about themselves along
Oh no,
this
it's
journey.
fine. Like I can tell you how he died. I have I can look into the papers. I have like all the information. It will be really fun.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Barnaby and as yet untitled, um, going on a Benoit Blanc style detective mystery.
I think folly wise, for Dahlia, I think she would focus on the details at the expense of the bigger picture. So I think she would hone into the fact that, yes, someone's been murdered. How have they been murdered without thinking, oh, we're probably at the firing line?
So you're starting to go into the gritty details of how can an owl exactly be killed, and basically go down a rabbit hole about the life cycle of owls. And anytime that our little bird comes back with news, you kind of usher them back into what they talked about. What no, but like the owl died this way. The owl, somebody went for the wings. The fall killed them. Who is around here who could go for the wings? No, that's not important. Like, why would you go for the wings of an owl?
Yeah.
For this, you draw the 4 of swords, so you get 4 more wisdom points.
Ooh.
And Adi,
Mm-hmm.
which folly does your wild spirit fall prey to?
That she acted with unearned confidence.
And in which way does Madeline do that?
She, late at night when everyone else is asleep, she will go to the garden where she saw those footsteps playing where they should have been. And she will kneel in the grass and look up into a moonless sky, just clouds and stars. Why would they be there for her? I think she leans down and tells her the ghost of the little child that she and dealing. She turns to her and says, means nothing. I'm sorry. And she kind of tumbles forward onto her knees, just looking at her in abject submission.
The eldritch child sits near you on one of these impossibly large pumpkins you somehow grew out of this empty and tired soil, and looks up to the stars with you. That's how it always been, hasn't it? That's how it always been.
I haven't seen the stars in a while.
Do you want to see them?
She is not able to look at her face still. I don't know yet.
If you don't know if you want to see stars, then looking at the night sky seems rather nonsensical, does it?
Sometimes they just remind you of what you've lost.
It seems rather sad.
What was sad was what happened to you, child.
Sometimes things happen. That's all right.
She'll growl and just chewing some inside part of her mouth.
I mean,
No.
in the end, I'm just as lost as you are. So we're in the same space, at the same spot, so to say. And sitting here at night, looking at the sky on a big pumpkin doesn't seem to be a bad spot.
But little Amina Yusuf, I brought you here. I made you lost.
I mean, not as lost as you are, if you ask me. It's all right. I'm not mad at you.
I think she turns away. Kind of just even more of a doll with strings cut off, kind of just collapses. Can't look at Amina.
You spent a quiet night with the lost child as your company. And maybe you've even fallen asleep in the garden between what little you have made for yourself.
I think she goes to sleep with the child telling her that she makes terrible imaginary tea cakes, and she is devastated and comforted at the same time.
When you awake again, nothing really has changed, but you find yourself a little more content. You don't really know what was it, but maybe sometimes you just need to spend a bit of time with yourself and your choices. You get the Knight of Swords as your wisdom card. I believe that should be 12 points of wisdom.
Ooh, okay. Nice.
Callum, how would you feel with us running a little break now and we are solving the crime after that?
Hi everyone, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, everybody, we're back. Callum,
Yep.
you grab your Deerstalker hat. Barney gets their best checkerboard jacket. You are here, you're queer, and you're ready to solve a crime. What happens?
So we investigate the crime. We question witnesses. We look at the injury. We find the weapon. We talk about like what it would take to like get the angle on the thing to hit the wing, and then decide from that point where we think the person might have been standing. And then from there, we like have to track down who it could have been, like who was in that area, ask witnesses, gently nudge people for answers, serve them tea as we question them, because that's the polite thing to do. We um, uh, uh, fly about a bit.
You also question the owls.
Yeah, we talk to the owls. We listen to the owls. The owls got to say about it. Hey owls, what's up?
Up to this point, most of the time when you talk to them, the owls were pretty chill. They felt really safe, they felt really secure, and they didn't think that anything bad could ever happen to them. No way, Jose, not to them. And then it hit Archibald. Archibald was somewhat of a free thinker, a voice of reason, but still beloved by everybody, no matter if it was Owl or just the person, the normal nobody on the street. And you notice that the owls get wary of you. Because you and your friends were the one who started all of this chaos. They don't even really talk to you. They talk to Barney most of the time, not to you.
And that's why we need Barney. That's how this works.
You still feel the side eye
Um,
from
I
every
think
wall where they're sitting.
for sure that like I'm deeply apologetic and like I loved Archibald as many people did, and I never wanted to see this happen, which is why I'm fighting for justice, for answers, for the truth.
Yeah, but the question is, who killed Archibald? And you hear it echoing through all the rows of the owl. Who? 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 They close in around you.
Great question. I wish I could tell you perfect information. I can tell you what we've discovered so far. Can I be very rude for a second? How do we know it wasn't one of you?
It is very, on one hand, very entertaining, on the other hand, very grotesque to watch the heads start to swivel on several of the owls, looking at everybody in the room. Who could it be? Who could it be?
Which is why we shouldn't be throwing around definite answers until we've got information. Isn't that right, Barnaby?
Yeah, that's very right. That's how they do it in the book.
Exactly. That's how they do it in the books.
And why? And you turn around to see one of the eldest owls you've seen so far. Why shouldn't it be you or your friends?
Because I want to make up for what happened. That riot was not my intent. I simply came to do a little bit of filibustering and a little bit of playful jiving, you know? And my friends took it way too far. They took it way too far.
Yes, they did.
And if that was any part of this horrible tragedy, I would like to make up with it because I feel deeply guilty. And, you know, like all of us here, we just want to see this city find a way to prosper.
If you find out it was one of you or one of your friends,
We'll
if you're so inclined to justice.
I'll fly over that bridge when I get to it. I don't think it was them. If I find out it was, I mean, I guess truth is very powerful and important, especially in a place of lost
Of
stories.
course we'll tell you! That's what detectives do!
Yeah. And I am this city's only and best detective right now.
We will see. You are a bird, after all, and birds of a feather stick together.
Yes. I can't give you any of my feathers because they're currently made of metal and attached.
If you wanted to, we could find a way.
I think that
Break it.
metaphors are fine, actually.
Very well. Go your merry way. We will be waiting.
Yes, great. I mean, it's not a merry way. It's quite a sad way because, you know, someone's dead. I wouldn't want to be merry right now. That would be distasteful. Unless you're talking about Merryway Street, and then I will go down Merryway Street, yes.
I like your humor, little bird.
Bye. Barnaby, who was that?
That? It was our Granny Owl.
Granny Owl.
Yeah, it's our grandfather of all of us.
Cool. Yep.
I believe he had a very long name with Bartholomew.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we all call it just our Grandpa Owl.
Okay. Cool. So,
It's a bit intense from time to time.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So to recap, Barnaby, what do we know in terms of
We
the
know.
murder?
And Barnaby starts walking up and down in a very motivated, very comic-esque manner. We know that somebody struck Archibald Wings. We know that it must have been from this rooftop. We know that it was with a type of true magic that can only be achieved by burning something from inside of you. And we know that it couldn't be anybody from the crowd.
Because it was on the rooftops.
Because it was on the rooftop.
We need to figure
Or one
out
of the windows.
all on the window.
Who's living there?
It's a great question. Let's go find out who's living there. Let's go and find out who has access to the roof. Let's see if there's any evidence of people like climbing up ladders or like breaking through doors. Like,
Oh, you don't have to look up. You know exactly who lives there.
oh dear. Who? Is that cat?
No, it's that national joy of yours.
Oh no. Is the apartment building by chance called the Grassy Knoll? That was, I'm sorry. That just, I couldn't help myself.
No, it's fine. It just went over my head. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know. But yeah.
Okay, so
Granny lives there.
Unfortunately, I do know who lives there. This is gonna be a delicate situation, Barnaby. We have to do this with tact and elegance. Cut to.
But we both don't have those. It opens to you, Granny Jambalaya, and you feel something is missing inside her. You feel she's not the same as she was before.
Hello. Detective Steele and Barnaby. No, Detective Steele's not a good name.
It could be Steely.
Yeah. What was that? Silly?
Steely.
Steely? No. That sounds like a thief.
But you are kind of fancy.
I don't know if to be offended or not.
Right?
Anyway, sorry. We're here investigating the death of a recent owl named Archibald. Struck down in the middle of the street. Well, they were in the air and landed in the street.
Oh no, how horrible.
it is horrible. This guy, great member of our community, free thinker, progressive type. We are checking the nearby buildings to see if anyone saw anything. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
No, please ask away.
Did you know Archibald at all?
Only from sight and from what you hear.
Right, cool. What were you doing 1 hour and 25 minutes ago?
Cooking. You want some jumbo?
Jumbo? Jumbo what? Sausages?
Stew.
Oh! How big is the stew?
Jumbo. Huh?
Never mind. Sure. Can I just? I just kind of position myself near the window. Is there any sign of like residue of a magic that has been done here?
How much do you want to know?
I think I want to know the truth, even if it hurts.
You see a broken, like one of these very long cigarette holders,
Yeah.
broken in two.
Oh.
But you know that Grandpa doesn't smoke.
Is this your cigarette?
And if it were, am I not allowed to smoke at my own window?
I didn't know you did.
From time to time. Callum, your bird knows somebody who smokes.
Who smokes?
Green pigeon smokes. These long cigarette holders. Those very long, very thin cigarettes that smell of mint and something long forgotten.
Uh-huh. Yeah, who's that?
Green pigeon. That's Dahlia's girlfriend.
Oh, for God's sake! For God's sake! Oh, God! What? No. Were you alone here today? Alone?
Yeah?
No, I don't know. Company?
No
Like
company, no eyewitnesses,
no eyewitnesses?
as the little detectives would say.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you get Archibald? Why should I?
Hello.
You. Here's the thing. If there was a reason why this happened, it's best that we know, right? Because then we can understand it. If
I don't.
we don't know and we find something, we'll just plow on ahead when the owls find out. And I can't do nothing to protect you nor whoever this cigarette belongs to if I don't know why it happened.
I don't think anybody wanted to hurt Archibald.
So why would someone fire true magic out of a goddamn window into his wing then?
Listen closely, little one. I don't think anybody wanted to hurt Archibald.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. If you think of anything else that might help, you know where I live. Don't use that in an offensive way.
It's fine. I've been here for a long time.
Neat. Come on, Barnaby.
And she picks up the broken cigarette thing and starts chewing on the end, destroying any
I would like to stop
saliva
that.
of anybody else.
Did they pick up both halves?
No, she just picks up the this half, not that half.
Cool. I'm going to pick up the other half before she can destroy any more evidence.
Yeah, sure.
I'd also suggest it might be a good idea not to destroy evidence, because that makes you, I wouldn't know, potentially an accessory to a crime.
I already said I smoke from time to time. This one is mine. It broke, sadly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not. Anyway, I'll probably have to come back.
It's not?
Yeah. I think I know who this belongs to, which is why I suggested quite heavily that I did. This unfortunately means I'm now going to have to investigate further.
But she didn't say no. She didn't say she didn't kill Archibald.
Well, that's true. However, I believe that is because she's willing to go down for the person who actually did it.
No.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, yeah. So Barnaby, we've hit what we call a moral conundrum, where in order to investigate this further, I'm gonna have to get in trouble with my friends. And I don't like what this suggests. But
your friends do it?
No, my friends hopefully didn't do it. I really hope that they didn't know about it either.
You don't know.
I
Did
don't
you
know.
do it?
I definitely didn't do it. Did you
Right,
do
you
it,
couldn't have
Barnaby?
done it. No, because I was talking with you.
Exactly. So you and I are the only people that we can trust.
My gosh.
So we have to solve this between us and then decide what to do with the answer. Because the answer is important, yes. However, how we use an answer is equally as important as the answer itself.
I'm not sure if I'm following, but okay.
Great.
Meanwhile, at the home of the coven, you're home, right? You went home after this. Frantically knocking on your door.
Go and answer.
It's her. Your beautiful, soft, shimmering star in the night. Your queen, your pigeon queen. A bit disheveled, the feathers a bit here, a bit there, but still moving with the same grace, with the same. And she steps in, quickly closes the door behind her, and takes your face into her hands. How are you, my dear?
I'm fine, my dove. What's the matter?
Anybody asks anybody, I was with you tonight, alright?
Right. Why?
This whole thing got a mess. It's best if you don't know a lot.
Oh, you can tell me.
We're possibly gonna lose Gwenny Jambaya,
Why?
so we don't lose me.
She will reach her hands up in return and sort of just take the bottom of her chin. What have you done?
I gave my wings to have a shot at the owl, and I didn't catch the right one.
You know what this means, right?
That I can't carry you anymore through the air while dancing? Yes, I know. Shock.
We're being investigated. They're looking into us as we speak. You know that, right?
That's why I've been here the whole time, and when they knock, I will be here and I will have been here for the whole time.
No, I know. You know I'd cover you until the stars burn out, but things out there are smarter than us. They're smarter and quicker, and there's only so much I can do.
Don't fret, my dear. It will be alright. I promise.
Okay.
Where's that short-tempered friend of yours?
Darling, which one?
Both.
Oh, well, Mads is, I believe, still in the living room, and our little bird friend. Funny enough, I'm not entirely sure where they got to.
Well, I'm sure they're up to something. Madeline, my dear. I went through the costume closet of my little birds. I have something you might like. And out of a little bag she pulls. It definitely could not have fit into the bag. She pulls out a very flowing, glittery. It could have been a gala dress if it wasn't absolutely shockingly short at the front. What do you think? I believe it was a bit too pretty to throw away.
Are you offering this as a gift?
Of course I do. It doesn't happen a lot that I find somebody as passionate for fashion as myself. And I know in your capable hands it will turn into something extraordinary.
You all right with that, Dee?
Oh, perfectly fine. I don't tend to get dressed up these days.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It is kind of my thing.
Isn't it? And that would be the time, Callum, that you would be back at the coven.
Hello. Is Barnaby with me? Great. Hi everyone. I'm. It's nice to see we've got a guest. In fact, it saves me some time, a little bit.
Well, if that's
Oh?
the matter, you could have been here sooner, for I have been here the whole time.
Oh. Yeah, of course. did you lose one of your cigarettes today?
Today? And you see her patting herself down. I don't think I left the house with one. I know that even though it is a guilty pleasure of mine, my wonderful dear doesn't like the smell.
Does this look familiar to you at all?
Oh, that is one of my old ones, yes. Where did you find it?
And it's not old, it's been used recently, you can tell. Out and about
Are you
in a city.
going? Where are you going with this, bird?
Yes, where have you been is the most important question.
Hi, I'm Bambi!
This is
And
Barnaby.
you see a tiny,
Swallow.
very spherical baby owl hopping behind, half fluttering, half hopping in. We're detectives!
We are detectives.
Right.
The only and best detectives of the city.
The whole city!
Our whole city.
I can tell from your choice of accoutrements. I'm sure it's rather quaint. Yes.
Here's the thing. Found this at the potential scene of the crime.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
And where is that supposed to be?
There are two places that the shot could have been taken from. The roof of the apartment building or a very specific apartment belonging to Gunning Empire.
Yes, we're friends. Granger Bay is friends with everybody.
Yes, which is why I'm very confused as to what might have happened here. I and Barnaby are looking for the truth of the matter. And unfortunately, this boils down to two possible individuals. I think you were there with Jambaya. And this either says that you're an eyewitness or you know something more.
I've been there. I have met Granny Jambaya last week. That's when I left my little cigarette holder there because she told me she smokes from time to time.
But she
And
doesn't.
she would like.
And we all know this.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I have been here the whole time. Maybe you missed something on the roof.
Where exactly are you going with this? And what exactly do you intend to do?
And why are you in the company of one of them?
Because his name is Barnaby and he's my mate, alright? Friend, specifically.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah.
You've gone over to the other side.
I'm not on anyone's side. I'm on the side of all good people.
Oh.
If our little riot allowed this to happen, we are directly involved and responsible for this.
Oh, yes, because when a storm goes in, every pebble that lashes out is to blame.
You know what? Actually, yes. When you're the one pressing the button to start the weather machine, yeah, that is your fault.
The pigeon green
Is-
just wraps one arm around Dahlia and looks down at you.
Dahlia will very pointedly lean into it.
There are ways of finding out the truth. I'm asking now before I figure it out. Because if you tell me the truth, things will be less bad.
And what would you do with the truth?
That depends on what the truth is.
Well, I've been here the whole time.
I
And
will
who can
just
back you up on that?
I can.
You weren't here the whole time.
I was. I set up a proxy. It's easy enough. None of
Madeline?
you know what I look like.
And
says
also,
it.
the bird
I
fell
won't take
after
her
the
back.
riot. So, I was here. I saw Dahlia coming back and Madeline. We all got in. And we had a
And she
nice
brought
present.
me a dress.
Okay, but I was also coming back, so you would have seen me.
I didn't see you since the start.
Okay,
Because you know what, Bert? You have never had to fight, which is why you think your words will ever do anything to something that oppresses you.
right.
Please.
Okay, so this feels like you're ganging up on me because I'm trying to find out the truth of a tragedy that happened to a nice person.
Maybe it wasn't supposed to be that person. There were more than enough owls in that sky.
Right.
It's
So,
whatever
okay.
happened, a respected member of our community died. That is tragic. And
But
that
it
is
also clearly
something.
wasn't an accident.
I didn't say that.
So,
What are you saying, my queen?
she's saying that they tried to shoot someone else and Archibald got in the way. Which
What a heroic sacrifice. What a fitting end to such a
doesn't make
beloved
anything
member of the
better,
community.
because it still means the person who shot was intending to kill.
You know, when the Parliament tends to starve out our people, I'd like to guess they're intending to kill.
We're not starving out.
Oh, you're not, are you? So that's why the
No.
city's as hungry as it is.
This city is hungry because we are a loose connection of lost ideas that is constantly disappearing.
The only reason we have enough to eat is that we offer people to take away their suffering.
Do they have a choice in the matter, little
Yes.
owl?
Except for the taxes that we take to keep the barrier up.
What barrier?
The lightning
Barrier of
barrier.
the dawn.
Is that what it
would
was?
any
Was it a
of
lightning
us
barrier? What kind
would,
of barrier was it? It was a barrier to keep out the bad things.
Yeah.
would we know what this is about?
Absolutely. You know that there is a shimmering silver barrier around the city. Or I believe, Magpie, you described it as the color of dawn. So soft rose and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really exactly knows how it works and what it does, but everybody knows and just can feel when they're next to it that it keeps something safe and something away. Should I go outside so you can? I don't want you to fight because of.
I'm not fighting
It's
because of
all-
you, Barnaby. It's not you that they're fighting over. It's fighting over truth.
Maybe that's a good name for you.
You know what? I'm putting it on the list.
Perhaps we leave this for now. Let the dust settle and come back to it when we all have our minds.
I have my mind. I'm quite proud of mine. You three can go and think about your decisions. Me and Barnaby will go double check the roof and do some more follow up investigations. However, I would like it explicitly known I don't believe your story one freaking bit.
Little bird, I am pretty sure you have your knowledge of what happens. You have your truth, but sometimes that truth does not have to be the official truth. Do you know what I mean?
I do not like what you are suggesting, so I'm going to politely say, I cannot be bribed, emotionally or otherwise.
Wait, what is going on? He's not bribing you.
There's a threat slash like call to my empathy. However, empathy is not conditional. So I have empathy not only for the person who has done this horrible thing, but the person it was done to. And those are equal, which means I cannot show favoritism unless I was given good reason and the truth to the situation that might help me understand why this happened. I am really
As
asking nicely to tell me what happened so that we can figure out a way out of it that is correct and proper. But if people keep lying to me, I have to dig.
as that conversation is happening between the Pigeon Queen and our own bird, uh, there is another conversation that is happening between Madeline and Dahlia across the room. She just has her eyes on yours, and we we have fought enough to see words come with a few little movements at this point, because, like it or not, D, we've known each other for a very long time. What do I need to know is all you get in that moment. As she has her eyes arched, one eye arched up and looking at you inquisitively.
She is still standing, sort of leaning against the Pigeon Queen as though she is an anchor. But we'll look back to Mads. She will give a brief sort of, I guess, indicator of not guilt, but of being in on it, of knowing that there is something deeper to do with this, with the Pigeon Queen. But she
She'll
is hesitant of what will happen for the outcome.
she'll give you a considering nod and then look to the dress. At least she has good taste. I think I'll go and try this on before we may have to return it. That would be horrible.
She knows
And
your style.
the pigeon queen just stands next to you and looks at the little bird. I believe sometimes you get your truth, and sometimes truth is in bad company. And she very pointedly looks at Barnaby, who looks like he's not sure if the leg of the table he's standing next to is alive or not.
Yeah. All right, Barnaby. We're gonna take a break for today. Um, let's keep all this information between the two of us, because as we've established, You can only trust each other.
It's kind of scared me. But okay.
Just for today, and then tomorrow we can start sharing more information once we back up what we've said. Do you need me to walk you home?
No.
Okay. Bye, Barnaby.
Bye! And he absolutely hugs you.
Yeah. Hug back.
He flies out the window. And I'd say this is where we end for tonight. Because some people have something to do.
I've got to get an early train to Cardiff.
Don't let the vampires bite.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
That's not a bad thing.
And first of all, thank all of you, dear watchers, viewers, and visitors of our little city in the mist, for accompanying our strays as they find their way through whatever's happening here. I am Laura, or the Bard with Many Names. You can find me here every Wednesday. You can find me on alternating Tuesday on Panzer's Table playing Play in the Dark. You can find me from the 30th of September onward on every other Tuesday on the Rollers Joint, where I'm gonna play a very fun sci-fi little thing inspired by Borderlands, but everybody except me at the table will be high as fuck. You can find me tomorrow at Euphoria and at, let me look it up, at tomorrow and the following Thursday too. And if I believe that's it, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll pop it over to Callum.
Hello, I have been Callum. Will continue to be so. You just won't see or hear me, and I should go to Blue Sky. You can find me at Fierce Callum. I am also every other Tuesday on Panzer's Tables playing Blades in the Dark and performing amazing heists, both in the game and on Addy the GM. I've not got anything else on. You can find me here as well Wednesdays till this game is over. That's me. I'm going to pass you over to Magpie.
Howdy, I've been Magpie. You can find me, as I said, on Blue Sky at Antique Horror. You can find me here every Wednesday. And similarly, you can find me on Euphoria on the 22nd of September, GMing a game of 10 Candles for their Mechtember. It was terrifying. The group was amazing. I think that's it. I think that's all I have on. Yes,
Addy,
that's it. For
unfortunately, yeah. Addy unfortunately got hit by a power strike. The electrons in the wires went on strike. They're talking to their unions as we speak. So I don't know where you can find Addy, but on Blue Sky and on Panzer's Tables running that Blades in the Dark game. And I think they're doing something with other people.
Are they part of seasons? Oh, not anymore.
No.
Right?
Find them on social media.
Yeah. Moonlight Creation on Instagram.
There we go.
And RDMK on Blue Sky.
Well done. We did it as a collective. We'll be back next week. Bye.